Jamie, what is that sound?
That sound is coming from the Lego TARDIS. Maybe the sonic spork will shut it off.
A good idea. Set it to plastic. Oh dear, it appears I'm trapped in geometry. My worst subject. Welcome back to You Know Who. I am your host, the Reactor, and you will watch me. With me, for now, is my human slave, Jamie.
Question? How to put this? How do you react to things with no face?
To answer that question, Jamie, we must go into my past. When an unusually bright lad had his pants pulled down in front of the girls at an academy mix-up by that buffoon, the reviewer. I remember it was a sunny morn. Hello, everyone. I'm your real host, the reviewer. And it appears as though I've been imprisoned by my old enemy, the Reactor. Now, you play along with him while I work on getting out of this trap and setting things right. I would beat the reviewer at his own game. Unfortunately, my first reaction video was my reacting to dunking my head in a vat of acid. It got great numbers, but ruined my career. Thus, I used my sawdust to travel back in time and whisper in 1,000 years. And now reaction videos are clogging the market and ruining the audience for normal reviewers. But just this once, I will lower myself to the reviewer's level. I will review Doctor Who, The World Enough and Time, here on You Know Who.
I'm still confused about the part where you went to camp with the reviewer. The Doctor stumbles out of the TARDIS and begins to regenerate, screaming no. We flash back to several days earlier. An enormous spaceship containing several levels with full environments is trapped by a black hole. The TARDIS materializes on its bridge and out steps Missy. She's Doctor Who, and they're the rest. They've heard the distress call and arrived to help. An alarm goes off, and the Doctor, over headset and sitting in the TARDIS, advises them to get busy. Missy is on point here. Michelle Gomez is acting with such relish, playing an over-the-top hero, and through her, Stephen Moffat is having fun with the conventions of the show, such as using the companions for exposition and comedic relief. This is a larger-than-average colony ship. It's trying to reverse away from a black hole that was in its path. They're contacted by a bald man. Missy explains she's here to help, and he decides to head up. Bill asks, why Doctor Who? Well, Missy explains, that's his real name. So, you all have last names? Even the reviewer?
Indeed, Jamie. His last name is Epstein.
Epstein? How is that funny?
They're not all meant to be funny. My last name is Shrinky Dick. Is that funny?
No, I guess not. They can tell by adjustments to the screens that the rest of the crew is gone and only one person is driving the ship, as the security cameras come alive and focus on them. Missy further explains that the Doctor called himself Doctor Who to sound mysterious, but dropped the Who when it ended up being too silly. The bald man enters. He's blue. Literally. He aims a gun at them and demands to know if they're human. Elevators from the other side of the ship are bringing up creatures. Creatures who only come for human beings. The Doctor sees the situation as deteriorating and emerges from the TARDIS. Bill confesses she's the only human here, drawing his aim. Killing her will stop them from coming. The Doctor tries to reassure the pilot, but the elevator arrives and he shoots. Bill now has a significantly sized hole through her. We flash back to see the Doctor explaining his idea to Bill. He wants to try Missy out as a hero. They'll find a distress call in space and see if Missy can save the day, while the Doctor monitors her and has Bill and Nardole there to oversee things. When she asks why he wants to do this, the Doctor explains that Missy is the only person in the universe even remotely like him. This is Capaldi's best moment on the show, showing a bit of vulnerability and that relatable feeling of, if I can just change them a little bit, it'll be all right. For the rest of the episode, it's standard Doctor stuff, but here he gets a moment to stretch. In their past, the Doctor and the Master agreed to see the universe, but the Master turned evil and started burning those stars while the Doctor saved them. He truly thinks Missy can be redeemed. Bill is really scared of her, but agrees to the plan so long as the doctor doesn't get her killed. Hey, the doctor won't promise anything. Bill collapses. The elevator opens and men in faceless masks and surgical gowns emerge, carrying IV poles. Through a voice machine, they promise to repair Bill, and the doctor allows them to take her. They will not return her, so he leaves a psychic message in her mind. Wait for me.
Fascinating. No eyes, but they see. No ears, but they hear. And no nose. How do they smell?
Great. Most people without noses smell great.
What was that for? I value honesty over cowardice.
Touché. The Blue Man was part of a skeleton crew taking this colony ship to pick up its inhabitants. 2 days ago, life signs began turning up at the other side of the ship, and now there are thousands of them on the lower decks. When they saw they were heading to the black hole, a crew of 20 went to the other side of the ship to reverse thrusters but never returned. Then the masked men came and took the rest of the human crew. The doctor has it figured out and begins to explain. Bill wakes up on an operating table. A man standing over her explains that full conversion won't be necessary for now. She goes back to sleep, only to be reawoken by an odd man with a strange accent. There's a strange box attached to her body where the hole was. She remembers. Wait for me. Hearing a mechanical voice chant pain over and over, she gets up to investigate. She finds the masked men sitting in a row, one tapping a button on its voice over and over saying pain. Bill hears someone coming and hides. A bombastic nurse and the man from earlier arrive. He sees Bill and motions for her to hide as the nurse fiddles with the man's IV. The nurse and the man, a Mr. Razor, go on their rounds. Bill finds that the nurse merely turned off the volume on the speaker of the man in pain. It continues to push the button. Another creature is constantly saying, "Kill me."
Someone pressing the button hundreds of times and then uttering "kill me" is something Doctor Who fans are intimately familiar with. Usually after they type out a blog, the 100 reasons I hate Clara Oswald, and the first reaction is, well, I like her.
Ugh, kill me.
As you wish, Jamie.
Yeah, no, just an example, you understand. The building they're in is in part of a sunless city filled with smoke, all contained by a ceiling with a number on top. One of the patients almost grabs her, but it's knocked out by Mr. Razor, who offers Bill tea. He explains that they're curing people here before taking Bill to his cluttered office. There's a still image of the doctor and crew on screen. The hospital is in a city at the other side of the ship. Bill's been here for weeks, maybe months. She wonders where her friends are now, and he shows her the TV. No, she wants to know where they are now. This is now. Razor explains, and we return to the doctor at the moment we left. He explains that time is moving faster at the bottom of the ship because the front, where they are, is closer to the black hole. Gravity slows time, so the immense force of the black hole is slowing down time where they all are, although they don't notice it. Back in the hospital, it's weeks later. Bill wants to leave, but Razor again tells her she can't. Nurse Wretched allows Bill to work for Razor, but reminds her that her new heart won't work outside the hospital. The relationship between Bill and Razor is the best thing about this episode. They have a genuine chemistry, and it's played as a real friendship, which makes the pain Bill feels later more real. Pearl Mackie is doing a good job here, showing a trapped prisoner slowly biding her time, unshakable in her faith that she will be rescued, but impatient to get on with it. Mr. Blue admits he's not the pilot, but a janitor, and the doctor hits a judo throw. The life forms that popped up 2 days ago are the descendants of the crew who went to the fast time part of the ship. Razor further explains that the human race is dying out here. To survive, they all must be permanently changed like the special patients. He takes Bill outside. The air is thick with toxins that have no place to go. The walls are rusting and falling apart. The citizens are weak and sick.
It's still a nicer place to live than Detroit.
They must be strong enough to leave the city because expeditions out of the bottom level have never returned. When they wander too far, Bill's heart begins to shut down and Razor returns her to the hospital. Nardole points out that it's been years for Bill. Shouldn't they use the TARDIS? This close to a black hole, they'll never land accurately. They head into the elevator. That night in the hospital, Razor agrees to help Bill escape. They head through the conversion theater to find an elevator, except that the surgeon and nurse are there. Razor tricked her, but it's for her own good. She'll finally be strong. Bill doesn't want conversion. The patients are in agony all the time. But they have something for that now. A device that will stop her caring if she's in pain. A device that looks like a set of pipes that will attach to the head. The doctor, Nardole, and Missy arrive at the bottom of the ship. He sets Missy to work on their computers before they go to look for Bill. Razor is there. He's so happy Missy is here. It took him a long time to figure out who she was. Missy discovers the colony ship is not from Earth. Razor asks if she remembers him or being here before. No, she doesn't. As the doctor and Nardal search the hospital, a door opens. The ship is from Mondas, Earth's long-lost twin planet. Out steps a fully converted Cyberman, one of the original Mondasian designs. Missy goes to find the doctor, but Razor stops her. He's never going to forgive her, not after what Missy did to Bill. The doctor begs the Cyberman, "Where is Bill Potts?" It recognizes the doctor. Where is Bill? Razor loves disguises. He rips off his latex face, revealing the Master. And I have to say that John Sims was a revelation here. I was never a huge fan of his Master in the David Tennant era. He always seemed too over-the-top and broad in his humor. Here, that over-the-top performance works when it's covered in makeup as Razor, whom we accept as a comedic character. The disguises is also a wonderful homage to the original Master, and that character's penchant for disguisery. The Cyberman knows where Bill Potts is. It is Bill Potts. Missy explains that this is the beginning. No, the Master counters, it's a genesis. A single tear falls from what's left of Bill's face. She waited for the doctor, but he never came. This is the birth of the Cybermen.
A Machiavellian work of art. Never has a companion suffered so. I applaud you, Master, and I award this episode 4 reverse TARDISes out of 5. This is normally the part of the show where the reviewer does the Time Lord of the Week segment, kind master. No! Why? Just be grateful I attached that shock collar to your neck, Jamie. I once spent a decade finding out where most species keep their genitals and then electrocuting them there. It was still less painful than watching the Paul McGann TV movie. Today's Time Lord of the Week isn't one of those namby-pamby Time Lords like the reviewer picks. No, this week's Time Lord of the Week is Raw. Or as he's better known to you, the sinister Shamus. The greatest detective in time and space, but he always gives his clients the wrong answers. To date, he's ruined over 10,000 marriages and stolen over $1 million in merchandise he was supposed to recover, and the authorities can never find him because they don't know what he looks like. He always keeps that stupid hand in front of his face. I salute your evilness, sir. Wait. What is this? Jamie, this is your doing?
No, it's not. I'm still trying to get the taste of spoons out of my mouth.
Trapped! Trapped! No!
Huh. It's one thing not to see something coming, but I didn't see him going. Eh? Eh? Ah, you people wouldn't know funny if it crawled up your kilt and bit ya.
Hello, my old school chum. Don't you talk to me.
I don't know what you're so mad about. Most of those girls are men now anyway.
Well, it appears we're in a bit of a standoff, Reactor. I was able to reverse your reverse TARDIS's sonic convergence and drag you back here, but only one of us can leave. And just what did you have in mind? There's only one episode of Doctor Who left for this season. Let's go into this review together. Winner take all. So be it. Reviews versus reactions. And when I defeat you, reviewer, I'll use your TARDIS to get access to Lord Stark. Then the last angry geek, and from him I can get to Linkara, Angry Joe, and dare I say it, the nostalgia critic himself. This is the end of all reviews! Splendid! And why did I say that? It's not splendid at all. I guess I'm just too eager to please.